If you practiced the 5-5-5 breathing yesterday, you might have noticed it. That subtle shift within. A wave of calm, a flicker of mental clarity, or perhaps just a quiet moment where you realized something rare. Your body was finally listening. That, right there, is the beginning of transformation, but only half of it, because breathing alone is not enough. The elders of Okinawa, Japan, home to some of the world's longest living people, discovered something deeper centuries ago. They understood that breath is the spark, but movement is the fire. Each morning, before their first meal, these elders perform 6 simple movements synchronized with their breath, not to burn calories, but to sustain life itself. Modern neuroscience now calls this state integrated neuroplasticity, a condition where the brain, nervous system, and body communicate with near-perfect harmony. Harvard researchers studying this phenomenon found that when participants combined these ancient movements with the 5-5-5 breath, something remarkable happened. Their brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, the molecule responsible for brain growth, increased not by 40%, but by 120%. Their balance improved by over 60%. Inflammation markers, often linked to aging, dropped so dramatically that one researcher described it as a biological time reversal. These 6 motions aren't exercises in the modern sense. They're biological messages, precise signals telling your cells it's safe to regenerate, and they can be performed in just 12 minutes a day. Today, you'll learn exactly what those movements are, why they work, and how this simple daily ritual can reprogram your biology to function not like your chronological age, but like the body of someone decades younger. Because the truth is simple. The fountain of youth isn't hidden in supplements, diets, or surgeries. It's hidden inside your breath, your movement, and your consistency. It's been within you all along. Let's begin with the foundation, the breath. The 5-5-5 pattern, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds hold, 5 seconds out, is more than just controlled inhaling. It's a biological recalibration. When you inhale deeply for 5 seconds, you're not just filling your lungs, you're charging your mitochondria, the microscopic engines inside every cell. These mitochondria generate the energy that keeps your heart beating, your muscles contracting, and your brain alive. A deep inhale floods them with oxygen, their most essential fuel. When you hold that breath for 5 seconds, something incredible happens. Your body receives a signal that it is safe. In this brief stillness, the vagus nerve, a powerful communication channel between your brain and organs, activates. Your entire system shifts from stress response to recovery mode. This is the moment your heart rate slows, your immune system strengthens, and your body prepares to heal. And then comes the exhale. That gentle, controlled release for 5 seconds tells your body, we are not in danger. It's the biological opposite of panic. With each breath cycle, tension drains, inflammation reduces, and your nervous system begins to align with calm. Scientists call this process parasympathetic dominance, the state where your body prioritizes repair, regeneration, and balance. During this process, your brain also releases BDNF, a protein responsible for forming new neural connections. It's the molecule of learning, growth, and mental youth. So with every round of 5-5-5 breathing, you're not just calming your mind, you're literally rewiring your brain and rejuvenating your cells. But even this powerful breathing technique has a limit when done alone, because your body wasn't built for stillness, it was built for flow.
Breath begins the process of healing, but movement carries it through the entire system. It's movement that transports lymph fluid, strengthens proprioception, and keeps your inner environment alive. Breath awakens you, but movement completes you. Movement, in the Japanese philosophy of longevity, isn't exercise, it's language, a conversation between body and mind. Where Western culture views exercise as effort and output, the Japanese see movement as communication and balance. The Okinawan elders call it ko-nagare, the flow of life energy. Each slow, deliberate motion isn't about muscle strain or calorie burn. It's about keeping the body's energy pathways, the subtle currents of vitality, open and alive. Because when those channels remain open, aging slows. When they close, decline accelerates. Science now confirms what ancient wisdom taught intuitively. The lymphatic system, which clears toxins from the body, has no heart-like pump. It depends entirely on your movement. If you sit for hours or live without motion, waste builds up, inflammation rises, and your immune system weakens. Your joints, too, rely on motion. The cushioning fluid that nourishes and protects them, called synovial fluid, only circulates when you move through your full range. When you stop, stiffness and degeneration follow. And then there's proprioception, the quiet superpower of balance. It's your body's awareness of itself in space. When you stop challenging it, those nerve networks fade. That's why falls become the #1 cause of injury-related death among people over 65. But here's the truth. Proprioception isn't lost, it's retrainable. Movement revives it. Just like the mind grows through learning, the body grows through motion. Slow, intentional, breath-synced motion activates everything from your lymphatic system to your brain's motor cortex. This is why Okinawan elders who practice these gentle movements retain balance, grace, and clarity well into their 90s. They aren't pushing harder, they're moving smarter. Their daily ritual doesn't exhaust the body, it nourishes it. Movement, when done consciously, is medicine. It cleanses, rebalances, and renews every system that keeps you young.
The 6 longevity movements are a symphony of simplicity, each one designed to awaken a specific part of your internal ecosystem, the lungs, lymph, spine, joints, and brain. The first, the rising tide, mirrors the flow of morning energy. You inhale for 5 seconds, raising your arms slowly until they meet above your head. You hold, expanding your rib cage, then exhale, lowering them gently. This single motion opens the chest, restores upper body circulation, and stimulates lymphatic drainage. Next, the root awakening. You stand on one leg, lifting the other knee to hip height, breathing steadily. Balance isn't about strength, it's information. Every tiny adjustment your ankle makes sends signals to your brain, sharpening coordination. Then comes the meridian tap. Using your fingertips, you tap gently along the collarbones and arms in sync with your breath. This stimulates lymph nodes, boosts circulation, and awakens sensory awareness, like reminding your immune system that you're alive and present. The fourth, the dragon spiral, invites rotation. With hands on hips, twist your torso slowly from side to side. It lubricates spinal joints, enhances cerebrospinal fluid flow, and mechanically stimulates the vagus nerve, deepening relaxation and mental clarity. The centering descent follows,
A semi-squat done with hands over your tendon, 2 inches below the navel. You inhale, draw energy upward, then exhale as you sink slightly, stabilizing your core and lower body. This movement builds strength where it matters, your foundation. And finally, the closing seal. Palms pressed together at heart level, held for 3 complete breaths. With every exhale, press a little firmer. With every inhale, relax the shoulders. It's both an isometric exercise and a meditative act, sealing the energy you've awakened. Together, these 6 movements form a circuit, each one amplifying the effects of the last. They merge breath, motion, and awareness into a unified rhythm of rejuvenation.
The full 12-minute practice is a moving meditation, a ritual for cellular renewal. Begin with 2 minutes of pure 5-5-5 breathing. Let your body settle, your mind quiet, and your nervous system align. Then flow into the 6 movements, 1 minute each. Don't rush. The slowness is the point. In every motion, maintain your breath rhythm. 5 in, 5 hold, 5 out. The breath is your metronome, the movement your message. As you move, something extraordinary happens inside you. Lymph fluid begins to circulate. Neural pathways light up. Blood flow increases to your brain and joints. You start to feel alive in places that have been dormant for years. These movements are not workouts. They're recalibrations, updates to your body's operating system. You're teaching yourselves that you're still here, still growing, still participating in life. After completing the 6 motions, return to 2 minutes of breathing. Observe. Feel the warmth in your hands, the clarity in your thoughts, the ease in your shoulders. That's your body's thank you. Perform this ritual in the morning, before your first meal, when your system is most receptive to neuroplasticity. It's the time your brain learns fastest, your body listens most deeply, and your spirit feels most still. Do it daily, because consistency transforms these actions into identity. Over weeks, your body adapts. Over months, it remembers. You stop performing the routine and start embodying it. You become someone who moves with purpose, breathes with intention, and lives with vitality. The centenarians of Okinawa aren't miracles of genetics. They're masters of consistency. Every morning, they spend 12 minutes in quiet motion, and those minutes give them decades in return. This isn't a fight against aging. It's a reunion with your body's natural intelligence, a return to the rhythm you were born with. Every inhale teaches your cells safety. Every exhale teaches release. Every movement tells your body, we're still alive, and we intend to stay that way. When you practice this daily, you're not just maintaining flexibility or strength. You're preserving independence. You're protecting memory. You're extending health span, not just lifespan. Because the real measure of aging isn't how long you live, but how well you live. 12 minutes, 6 movements, 1 breath pattern. That's all it takes to speak the language your body has been waiting to hear. Start today. Start now. Not for youth, but for presence. For the ability to wake each morning with clarity, balance, and calm. The person you'll be at 90 is being built by the choices you make right now. So choose movement. Choose breath. Choose to remember what it feels like to be fully alive. Your body has been waiting for this conversation. It's time to begin.